What's going on, all my business associates? You're tuned in to another episode of Whiskey Business. My name is Jesse, and if you're new here, welcome, and thanks for stopping by. Here at Whiskey Business, I like to showcase all of the different whiskeys that the LCBO has to offer us local Ontarians to help you maybe save some coin on your next bottle purchase. So if that seems interesting to you or maybe helpful, really appreciate a subscribe and a like if you want to stay up to date with all my recent content. Flick that bell and check me out on Instagram right here, where I post every time that I upload on here, as well as I try to post the LCBO sales, one-day sales, their bourbon drops, and all my latest pickups. So if that sounds interesting to you, follow me over there, and let's get into today's decapitation. Today's decapitation is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Super available at the LCBO, super good price, and most people say that this is one of the best bang for your buck bourbons that is available in today's market. So if you don't know, this is Wild Turkey Rare Breed, coming in at 16.8 proof or 58.4% alcohol by volume. So this is their barrel proof offering. It's pretty much Wild Turkey 101, but at barrel proof. If you haven't tried Wild Turkey 101, also recommend that. Also very available at the LCBO. And yeah, this is one of the few barrel proof bourbons available to us Ontarians, and for a great price, I might add. So let's get our glass and let's get this thing decapitated. Now, I have had this before. Finished the bottle a few months back, so I've been I've been looking forward to opening another bottle of it. I have another one stocked. I love it. So, anyways, that was so lackluster. That was like, but don't let the cork pop deceive you. This thing is a monster. This thing is a monster, but a friendly monster. Lots of brown sugar, lots of vanilla, very oaky, like a very young, fresh oak. Not necessarily charred oak, a young, fresh oak. He was a young, fresh oak. Some caramel in there, more brown sugar than caramel. Like I said, some cherries. It's bridging in between Luxardo and artificial. Almost like a cherry Twizzler, actually. Yeah, it's more on the cherry Twizzler spectrum, or side of the spectrum, than it is on the Luxardo cherry. Some graham cracker in there, faint dusting of cinnamon, but that oak is really strong. Oh wow. I just got a really weird whiff of toasted, I want to say it's toasty graham cracker. I think it's faintly toasted, like lightly toasted nuts. Yeah, lightly toasted nuts, like walnuts, pecans, pumpkin seeds, just toasting. Really good. It smells rich. Onto the palate. Cheers. Very nice. You hit up front with ethanol, but it's not overdoing it. In the ethanol department, it's ethanol, and then it turns very bright cherry Twizzler. Maybe some cinnamon follows into the oak. Yeah, cherry Twizzler, vanilla, cinnamon, which follows into like a sweet oaky finish. Lots of warm spices in there. Finish is pretty one note, which is just spice and oak. Well, I guess that's two. Oak spice. It isn't a bitter oak though, so it's more on the sweet end. So I guess it's like a sweet oak and spice. I wouldn't say it's one note, but it's not very complex. I remember it being more complex. So as the bottle has time to open up, it'll probably get a lot better. So that's when I'm going to do a more fair review. So just take the decapitation ratings with a grain of salt, because this is just the neck pour, as I always state, and I've had really bad neck pours and really good neck pours. So if you want to stay up to date with my videos, subscribe, and then you'll see the review when I bring it to you and I go over the price and, you know, everything about the bourbon, what's actually in the bottle, the juice itself, if you will. So, yeah. But the mouthfeel on this is oily, but it's light. It's mouth coating, but it's not thick. It's not It's not super viscous. It's again like a really light extra virgin olive oil. Even less viscous than that, though. It coats the mouth but washes away very quick, and you're just left with that spice. But the sweetness and the overall flavors do get you salivating, so that does help. That's always a bonus for me if like maybe a dram doesn't have that a good mouth coating or thick viscous feel, but the flavors get your mouth watering. It really helps for me to sit there and enjoy it more and to be more satisfied with the pour. So I don't know if you can agree to that, but it definitely satiates the mouthfeel department of this rating scale. So let's go ahead and get our ratings down, and I'll be right back. Alright, Wild Turkey, Rare Breed, Neck Pour. Nose is gonna get an 80. It was really good. Didn't have that much to offer. Wasn't super wow, but it was really good. I did enjoy it, so I gave it an 80. Palate is gonna get a 77. I think as it opens up, it has the potential to get into the mid 80s. I remember it being a lot better than this. The cherry comes out more. The nuttiness comes out more, the caramels come out more, but for the neck pour, 77 is pretty good. It's got lots of oak, lots of spice, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of nuttiness, and some good sweetness and oak. The finish is going to get a 69 because it's, well, like I said, it's really those three notes right now: sweet, oak, and a bit of spice. And it's not even like an obvious sweetness. Like, it's not like marshmallow or caramel, anything. It's just kind of like some sweet oak and lots of spice. I said a bit of spice. I meant lots of spice. Last but not least, mouthfeel gets a 74. Like I said, it's very light, but it gets you salivating, so it got some points there. It's not Knob Creek 9 year. Hell, it's not even the 1920 that I just reviewed. Those were a lot oilier, thicker, and more satisfying on the mouthfeel department. But this was good, and it wasn't thin and watery like some pours I've had. The average, which consists of the nose, palate, and finish, is going to be a 75.33 for Wild Turkey Rare Breed on the neck pour, which is pretty good. I mean, I use a bell curve type system, and so anything above 50 is standing out to me and is something I would repurchase for sure. So, that being said, this being the value it is and the availability that it is, I don't see a reason to not have this bottle on the shelf at all times. I think it would go well in cocktail. As I've stated so many times before, I don't do cocktails, so I don't really know. But just using my basic knowledge, the spice, the sweetness, and the proof, and the amount of depth that is in this, I feel it would hold up well to a cocktail, having syrups and other flavors mixed into it. That being said, if you guys have had Rare Breed, which I'm sure a lot of you have, let me know what you think down below. Do you think this is the best bang for your buck bourbon out there? Because I've heard a lot of people say it is, and I think at least in my market, it definitely is. It's one of the few barrel-proof bourbons that we have, and it's readily available, so not much more I can say about that. But yeah, this has been Whiskey Business with the neck pour review or decapitation of Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Hope you guys are all staying well and warm. This has been Whiskey Business, as I stated, and I'm out. Cheers.